Hey guys, what's going on? It is Tamika. I hope you all are doing beautiful today. We are going to do a reading. It might be a bit of a trigger. So if that's not something you want to deal with, I suggest you not watch. These cards here are, like I have a bunch of decks that I've made. And these here are questions. These are questions that can be triggering. So I'll put a trigger warning on the reading. We're not going to take this because I was talking. But this is why do I second guess myself. So maybe that's just something somebody has been thinking about. Why you don't follow your own intuition. And then it ends up like biting you in the ass. It could be something as small as getting gas right after you get off of work. And you're like, yo, you should really get the gas right now. And you're like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just get it in the morning. So when the morning comes, you wake up late and you don't have as much time as you thought you did. So now you have to get the gas because you need it. But now you're late for wherever you have to go. So something about that is significant. We're not taking these as well. But it's why am I so controlling? And what generational trauma am I repeating? So like I said, these are questions I have pondered myself. Or, I just feel a lot of things. I could put myself in a lot of different situations and how I might feel if I was that person. So, some of these questions come from that energy as well. So, let's see what we get. I only want one. Oh, wow. Okay. Why do I find it difficult to receive love? At the bottom, why are all my yeses forced? Oh, wow. So people pleasing could be significant for someone. Feeling the need to have to get people's approval or to do things so that people don't leave you or don't love you or don't look at you a certain way, don't feel about you a certain way. Oh, oh, maybe we'll use these too. Oh, yeah, we could. So, why do I find it difficult to receive love? And the song playing right now is Kalani, Folded. So this could be, specifically, you know what? I was going to say specifically in romantic relationships, but if it's difficult to receive love, it makes you feel uncomfortable. That's like feeling a way if someone hugs you or kisses you. Something could be significant about I should have been ready for this type of energy, but it's always still very uncomfortable to feel. But with forced yeses, this is someone who felt like they didn't have autonomy to themselves. They didn't have the voice to speak. They didn't have, their feelings were trampled over. So someone is used to receiving the low vibrational aspects of the word love, where there's no support, there's no affection. If there is affection, it's definitely the wrong kind. I'm gonna get one of these, and I'm gonna get one of these cards, another deck that I have, and it speaks about traumas in our lives. So fifth house passion. So performance, entertainment, creativity, costume, play, love affairs, passion, pleasure, parties, children, humor, romance, disco ball. This is someone who the way that they see the world The way that they portray themselves or they put themselves out to the world is of someone who... All right, I'm going to give you a story. This is a movie called Home is Where the Heart Is, I believe that's the title. Natalie Portman is in the movie. And there's a nurse that is in this movie with her. The nurse has like 4 or 5 kids. I believe they're all by different dads. And they're all named by like snacks. Perline, like stuff like that. So she always dates the wrong type of men. Has a baby by them, or they, mistreat her in some way or another. So before she met her husband, the last man she was with, if I'm not mistaken, he was this decent looking guy. He was like he had a job that made him like, it gave him a little bit of respect in the community. But he took advantage of her children. And then when she caught him, he beat her up. So the scene, I want to cry. The scene, she's sitting on a porch with Natalie Portman, which is her friend. And she's talking to her and she's saying to Natalie, like, how do these men find me? How do they know that when they meet me, that they could treat me or they could treat my children a certain way? Like, what energy do I give off that this person feels like they can treat me like shit and it be okay? So it's almost as if people could smell like the sensitivity on you. They can, people who take advantage of other people. Not everybody is that way. But people who would take advantage of you will use that energy against you. Will ask you a bunch of things to do for them that you don't want to do. And because they know that you want to please them, or you don't want to lose this friendship or this connection because it feels important to you, that you'll run out and you'll do things for them, or you'll get on oferta. Or even just to keep a relationship. Get them like with a family member. They could be how to say family over everything. Fuck everybody else, family over everything. But then it's the family that is using you for your money, or using you and then treating you terribly at the same time, because they know that they know that they can. Just a damn no fear that. This 5th house with passion. And why do I find it difficult to receive love? Makes me want to cry. Because the fact that love affairs is right above children, right above performance and entertainment, it doesn't give me I'm just talking myself through this. A Leo could be significant to this energy. Ascendant is Mars with the 1st house. That's Aries energy, could be significant. Main character energy with the Leo. This is the energy of someone who's very very charming, very noticeable. Someone who attracts other people. Good. People who are there for your best interest. Then the shadowy energy, people who are there to force your yeses. Knowing that you don't want to do something, but still knowing that you'll say yes. So something about abrupt, constant changing of schools or homes. So this could be a lot of moving in the while you were a child. Possibly due to, it could be that your parent moves around like in the military or something like that. That could also be why, not in terms of the energy I just spoke of, but this could be why with it'd be difficult to receive love because you come from such a stern background, and love wasn't at the forefront. It was more about discipline. It was all about respect. It was within like staying in line, being respectable, not just for that home, but in the public eye. What would the community say? What would our church family say if you did this or you did that? Or, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be anything crazy, just something outside of what they felt is normal. Then, oh wow, it's 34 and 35. Public embarrassment or humiliation could be significant as well. With the sun energy, this could be the energy of where a parent would maybe, it's now with social media, put their punishment on display for the world to see. It could be that type of energy. So with the difficulty to receive love, again, especially with social media playing a part, it would be, say your parent did do that, and now you get a lot of backlash, and the way people talk to you now is different. You have adults who may recognize you, and yeah, that's why your mother would, like, you don't feel like the backlash from that is significant for someone. These forced yeses could also be that, like, you weren't given a choice of anything. It was either you do it because I say so. It doesn't have to have a reason behind it, but because I say so, you should do it. So now it's just easy to do that with other people. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that because it's just easier. And you don't feel the not being able to speak up for oneself. Afraid to speak up for oneself because maybe in the past you were felt, you don't feel the knocked down, diminished. Blaming you for their problems. Number 41 is significant. 41, 34, 35. 7, 8, and 5 are significant. Blaming you for their problems. Again, so just what I said earlier about like the way you look out in public or the way you're supposed to present is significant. Quiero feel that. So you may have also gotten yourself involved in things that you didn't necessarily want to do that resulted in some type of involvement with the law. I think of Leo, law enforcement officer, public embarrassment, maybe that's why something is significant about the abrupt changing of schools. Maybe in some instances your parents they felt embarrassed by your actions, but not the fact that you were acting out and trying to figure out why that was the case. So you not being able to receive love stems from this energy that you received in your younger years. Blaming you for the way people see them out in public. Maybe they were also like yes people. Especially if the person, your parent was a military person, then they know about following command and doing things that they didn't want to, but because this was told for them to do it, there was, the strictness of the military, the order of command. I really didn't plan this out as greatly as I could have. These could just be clue cards. Unclaimed baggage. Oh wow, that's this energy that you have, unclaimed baggage. Makes me think of Erykah Badu. The name Erykah could be significant. Makes me think of Erykah Badu with Bag Lady. You're carrying a lot of stuff. And this orange here is the same color as this orange in this dress. Oh, I didn't even think about that. The yellow is too. So it's like not wanting family business out into the street. Something about that is significant. Maybe something that you've done or decision you've made caused attention to come to something or someone, because the 5th house would definitely be an energy of attention. It's the sun. Who doesn't admire the sun? It warms everything. It lights everywhere. Well, the where it's supposed to. Something about a party is significant. Public embarrassment at a party. Unclaimed baggage could be an outburst in front of people. An outburst in front of people. And it could be in front of family. It's definitely in front of a group of people who is one person too many to know this information. And it has to do with things that happen within the home. And the energy here is of parents or guardians, whoever they are, being more embarrassed about the situation because of their own actions. But they need to blame you because, like, it don't feel say I was watching Greenleaf, if I think that's what it's called. They had like recaps on like little snippets, 3 or 4 minutes on YouTube. So I was watching one where the daughter, I think her name is Faith or Faith, she was assaulted by her uncle. And her mother was angry at her. She eventually showed her anger at the uncle, but because of the part she felt like she played, she can't be soft to her daughter because she's guilty. So the response from whoever knew about whatever happened to you is out of guilt. They have to blame you because they don't want to blame themselves. They don't want the world to see them as a monster. Person with a devastating secret. The person wearing this dress. An orange and yellow dress is significant. I don't know why these colors have come to me so vividly now. These have to be significant to somebody. And I know back in the day, I had these colors in my wardrobe, and I know that, like, this was back in the day when it was like Lane Bryant and Learners and New York, what was it? New York and Co. or something like that. And they used to have the summer and spring and fall lines that came out. I haven't been in a store in so long in the mall, like years and years and years. So I'm sure it's still the same. But this particular year, I just remember so many fuchsias and orange colors with the yellows. And those colors, whenever I think about them, just the last week or so, it just makes me, I don't know, it gives me this strong feeling inside. So these colors here are so freaking significant. Even the turquoise colors. I remember having this like tennis dress from Learners, and it was one was in orange, and it had the white trimming around it, like the collar, and then around the V, and then I had this turquoise color. I think I had a fuchsia one and a gold color. Oh shit. Anyway, those colors are very, very, very significant for somebody for whatever reason. Maybe even the meaning of those colors. Fuchsia with the pink would be associated with the heart chakra. Orange would be associated with the sacral chakra. The yellow, solar plexus. Oh shit, and the green, the green. Well, the green almost looks like an aqua, so it could be throat and heart chakra. So it all depends. But a person with a devastating secret about the 5th house energy. A secret that could have come out during an argument, or this was like a point where somebody just exploded because they were so aggravated and so angry, getting tired of being forced to say yes to some things they didn't want to do, especially doing so because it made something or someone else look good. Getting tired of being blamed for everything that happens in someone else's life. Get the fee. look at this. A rumor is going around town about this fifth house energy, about this secret. Either about you, the person who committed this act, unclaimed baggage. All right, so another quick story. My ex passed away back in 2003. So, when he passed away, there were some things that I had of his. There were a bunch of letters. I wrote him letters. He wrote me letters. I wrote many more than he did. But when he passed away, the letters that he had, I asked her if I could take them because I didn't want people reading my personal feelings. Especially all the shit that we went through, it was crazy. So I took my letters, and when I started to like get stuff together that I didn't want to keep anymore, because I kept stuff for some time, I got some clothes that were his. It was a shirt and a pair of shorts, his towel, some letters that he wrote me. There were things in there that was specific to him, pictures, like photo albums and shit. I took out the pictures of me and just left the pictures of him. But it was a lot. It was a tote full of stuff. Then there was stuff that he had given me. Again, I was trying to clear out energy. So that was like the beginning of me trying to separate myself from his energy. So, and this was maybe 2006, because that's when I got married. So I started clearing stuff out 2006, 2007. I was like, hey, you can come and get this. Mind you, these are the same people that had like a shrine of him in their living room. Get them a big ass poster board type picture from his funeral still in their living room. So I'm sending them the stuff that belonged to him. That's how much, like, they really treasured him in a way that they wanted to still be closer to him after his death. So I called her, here, you can come pick this up. It's at my mom's house. So, you know, no harm, no foul. They never came and picked up the box until my dad sold the house. I don't even know what happened to the box because it was still in that house when my dad sold it. So it could be anywhere, but his aunt never came and picked up the box. But she sent me postcards from when she went on trips, which I thought was odd, but that's a whole other story. But my point is unclaimed baggage. That box, that container of memories that I thought would be important to them was unclaimed. So there could be a box of things that are memories of something, maybe even evidence of something that has to do with a devastating secret. Someone could have found this, and now that is why there are rumors going around town. First day of a marriage. So these devastating secrets has to do with a marriage or a commitment. A marriage could be like you're married to your job. So this could be about someone's job. The first day of something somebody committed to. Person who glows in the dark. Why would somebody glow in the dark? Oh, maybe somebody is like a light body energy. That could be yours. With the glows in the dark. Driver from a... I'm not even doing that one. Person who glows in the dark. Someone who's being seen. First house. This is you. You're being seen. Someone is blaming you for their problems. Maybe your yeses are forced because someone is blackmailing you. Or not bribe, blackmail. Because it sounds like someone is forced to do something they don't want to do. I'm forced to say yes. If I had the option to say, I mean, you could say no. We all have choices. But no probably doesn't put someone in a favorable position. Someone could be forcing somebody to do something because they have a devastating secret about them. Maybe something to do with their first day of marriage. Maybe somebody cheated on their first day of marriage. And that will be a public embarrassment to someone. Someone could work in a position where they may have cheated on their spouse and then they move to a different location. But you take you wherever you go. So if you move to a different location, it doesn't matter. Because your energy will follow you. So you'll be doing the same thing there. I don't know what this is about. I thought this was answering this question, but this is bringing like, it's almost as if this is the foundation, the core for why some other shit is taking place. Because of this here, because of this secret. It's hard to receive love because it's hard for you to trust fucking people. You're surrounded by people. The movie Home is Where the Heart Is. You're surrounded by people who smell the sensitivity on you. And if I'm going to be honest, and I don't want to sound fucked up, like these people think there's a weakness about you, a timidness. I want to get some of these. So we said Leo and Aries is significant. This is fucking terrible. I don't like this energy. The number 3 or 33 is very significant. 78, 87. We have 5 out here twice. The 5th house and 5 with them blaming you for your problems. This could also be like getting yourself in relationships. It just made me think of blaming you for their problems. And I thought about 5th house. And I thought about a man who can't get his stuff hard. And he thinks that it's your fault that he can't get excited. And he blames you for that. Because of where you've come from in terms of the seed. Where the shit was planted. Where the seed was planted. The dirt it was planted in. Your family, your roots. Home is where the heart is. You don't feel that this man feels like he could treat you that way. This person doesn't have a lot of respect for you. If this is someone who's in this type of relationship. This person blames you for their performance. They blame you for how they're seen in the street. They blame you if they wear a shirt that doesn't match their socks. How the fuck did you let me leave out the house like that? They blame you because their children are not doing what they're supposed to be doing in school, or like you get blamed for everything. If this person can't please you and they know that you're not satisfied, it's your fault. They got to find a way to blame you. There's so many different aspects of your life that are because of this energy here. Wake up, baby, it's time. Awakening, ancestor help. It's time. What do we have? Reflection leads to introspection, which leads to cultivation. Reflection, that's this time to wake up. That's you starting to realize that there are things about you or people around you that don't produce good souls. Good crops. Introspection is the hermit energy. Taking time away to really think about this shit and think about not just the symptoms, but thinking about the core of the issue. Why the fuck are you here? Why can't get off the? Why do you keep picking the wrong people in your life? Monarch of my fate. Monarch butterfly. This card to me tells me that you are at the precipice of some type of catalyst event in your life. Some type of like come to Jesus moment. Some type of major awakening. The monarch butterfly is a butterfly of great spiritual awakening. I wrote a poem about this back in 2006, I want to say 2005. All I can remember is the twisting and turning, the veins of my inner something. But in that poem, it was called as I spoke about monarch butterfly, that I'm transforming, that I'm learning myself. What part was that? It says that something like it's not a fearful energy. It's not I'm afraid of the world, or I can't get out here and do this thing. It's like I'm just taking this time to myself because I need to heal. I need to learn how to heal. I need to learn how to love myself, because if I love myself, my yeses would definitely be no's. I would not allow this shit right here blaming me for your problems. You're a grown-ass person. You're responsible for yourself. Don't put that shit on me. Not allowing somebody else's shit to weigh you down. And rumors and secrets, you can tell whatever you want. I've already come to terms with who I am and what the fuck that I've done in the past. Shit, I might have already said it myself. And if you do say something, shit, let's sit down and talk about it. You want to know my business so goddamn much? Or maybe it'll be on some old, I don't give a fuck. Let's talk about yesterday. What were you doing yesterday? I control my life. Master of me. That's for everybody else who thinks that they can tell you who you are or what you should be or who you should be. Be love. I'm open to giving and receiving unconditional love and understanding. Stop. I am open to giving and receiving unconditional love. You probably give too fucking much. You need to learn to give to yourself. The energy you put into other people, put it into you. Put it into things that make you feel good. This could also be the energy of people who talk about the way you look. Maybe they don't like your aesthetic. They don't like the way you do your hair. They don't like, how you present yourself. Yo, tell people to mind their goddamn business. You out here glowing in the dark because you're seen. It sounds like stardust. I have this candle that I brought yesterday. I bought 2 blue candles for the blue moon. Oh, I'm going to put the picture I took of the blue moon up. It was like 3 something in the morning. I'm going to put that up as the thumbnail. But it looked so bright that it looked like it was the sun. And granted, you got the flash from the camera, but this is like 3 o'clock in the morning, and look, you'll see how light the sky looks. But this candle here reminds me of this crystal that me and my husband have. It's lapis lazuli. I can't remember which one it is, but it looks like the universe. It looks like the galaxy, and that's what the candle reminds me of. And I typically like to get candles where the wick is in the middle at the bottom, but because of how this candle looked, I was like, I have to have this particular one. So I'm hoping that it burns correctly. But I don't know why I was just saying all this shit. Why was I saying this? I don't know, god damn it. Maybe a blue candle is significant. Or the blue moon could be significant tonight and tomorrow. So faith without work. What actions are you taking? What actions are you taking to control your life? To become the master of yourself, not allowing other people to step in and think that they have control over who you are. See what I'm talking about? Monarch of my fate. Is that a level up I see? I knew it. I fucking felt it. At the bottom. Big spiritual energy. Vibrating high. Aligned with divine. Ebb and flow intuition on point. Yes, I like this energy. This is you letting people know I'm not doing this shit anymore. And maybe this is you out here with all of these. You don't see how crazy that is? That 3 of the cards that came out have that orange. And then the yellow here is the one little piece at the bottom. This one little piece at the bottom. And then all the orange. So this ascendant energy with how the world sees you. Something about the way you express yourself. The way people are seeing you. Or the energy that you're putting out. It has to do with this energy here. So people are seeing something with regard to this devastating secret. And it's about you. The person who's glowing. Maybe because the dress is all one color. You put the dress on, you're in the same color. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. But let's get some of these here. These are the I Am Everything affirmation cards. This is at 36. Damn, 36 minutes, huh? All right, we'll get one. At the back, we have 34, 35, 20, 20, and 21. Those number sequences could be significant for someone. So we have, I am happy. I take control of my happiness. When my happiness depends on others' actions, I am at the mercy of things I cannot control. Yes. Instead, I choose to cultivation. Instead, I choose to cultivate consistent happiness by focusing on the things I love about myself. Focusing on the things you love about yourself. I am happy. At the bottom, we have number 20. I am discerning. I love myself enough to say no to... I love myself enough to say no to people and situations that don't serve my highest good. I am discerning. Why are my yeses forced? You say freaking no. Stop it. See what I'm saying about everything coming together like butt cheeks? 37 could be significant. I did have, this one with the empowering cards, and then we're gonna go. This is dope ass energy. And my hand is hurting. It feels like it's pinching. Take your time. What's the rush? I went back in. Sweet. What am I good at? Number 16. This is self-knowledge and self-awareness. What am I good at? Questions to think about. 16 or 61 is significant. And number 7, something about abrupt, constant changing of schools and homes. Maybe that has something to do with this. What am I good at? We have number 30. What is your most recent failure? What did you learn from it? So something about growth is significant. Learning from your mistakes. At the bottom we have 41 and 41. Goals and life purpose. What 3 areas of my life am I ready to transform in the next few years? Something about this blaming you for your problems is significant to that energy. Oh, look at that. All the synchronicities. I wanted to get one more because I felt like we needed it. Ow. I really need to put ice on this when I'm finished. Let's get divine energy and then we'll be done. Done and done and done. I said that and I was like, what does that remind me of? And it reminds me of Making of the Band. Who is the best rapper out there? Dylan Dylon, Dylon, and Dylon. Reflect on your truth. Reflection leads to introspection, which leads to cultivation. It's like the repeating of energies. This is why I believe these readings can be so much shorter. I say it and we should just go. Live life to the fullest and rejuvenate and strengthen your gifts with the level up. Maybe rejuvenating will help you level up on these gifts. Bust out of your cocoon. Monarch of my fate. I'm leaving. Yo, I love the fuck out of you people. I hope this message reaches whoever it needs to reach. Have an awesome fucking day. Still, I'm gonna put a trigger warning on this because I love you. Bye.